Temperature 7 degrees Celsius with 54% humidity, 21 kilometers an hour, and 31% precipitation. Yeah, makes sense. It is kind of cool. It's not that warm. I mean, when the sun comes out, it's really nice. But when it isn't, it is cold. It is not warm. Yeah, there are some more big clouds flying around over there. So you might see some more hail. Right, and looks like it's gonna be that type of weather for a while. Not super warm. I mean, it will warm up a bit gradually next week. I guess the temperature is slowly rising, but today is a bit cold. Right, so hope everybody's having a good day out there. I had a pretty good night rest. It was weird because I had turned off my phone, and then when I thought like, you know what, I'm gonna turn on my phone just to see how late it is, and it was exactly time when my alarm clock normally goes off. That's just hilarious, and happens way more often than you would naturally expect. But I mean, it is just a timed conditioning. There is this thing. If you're used to something at a very specific time, then your body has its own clock, and it will start to adapt to that time pattern. It knows the time. It's really funny how that works. Right? Your conscious might not be super attuned or aligned with actually what time it is, but your non-conscious body, in a way, or your subconscious, it does. It does know, and sometimes it just doesn't really care to share that to your consciousness, but it knows separately. Right. Yeah, I got a bunch of videos lined up. Internet certainly was inspired yesterday. And I've been having some good conversations too on Discord. I think I splashed coffee all over the place again. Right, so I'm gonna play some of those. Gregory's video. It's kind of more of the same. It's like a really short summary that sets the tone of where it's going, but I like Gregory's videos because the guy is basically on the same level. Like, he knows nukes are fake, and he knows viruses are not real. Like, he knows. He is truly awake. And that's why I think he's so epic. And that's probably also the reason why they don't really bring him up too much anymore at InfoWars. Because he was just, basically, he's too good. He's too good at it. And then eventually it just misaligns, and then they're just saying like, no, we have to like do this thing now, and you're gonna just get in the way. With your being aware that it's not real. Oh, hold on. I am very sorry, guys. This is... I don't know how long that's been. I'm very sorry. There was a phone call and it was, I guess, kind of important. It's a very nice lady that helps me out. I kind of like her. And, yeah. Just did some appointment stuff and some of the, yeah, work that I'm gonna probably be doing. Talking about that. Right, anyway. So yeah, I got the appointment next Tuesday, coming Tuesday. So I might be a little bit late on that day for my show because it kind of overlaps when my show starts. She does have a knack to like call me right when I start my show. That's like the third time that's happened. But she keeps forgetting. Oh well. Women getting in the way of me doing my thing. It's always the same. Nah, just kidding. It's all good. Right, what was I talking about? Yeah. Greg Reese's video. Summarizing video. Yeah, and how he was basically part of InfoWars team and then kind of moved out of it. But he was like having none of Trump. He like got allergic. He got Trump derangement syndrome. But I mean, yeah, now that things have escalated with that, like it is... Can't really blame him for stepping out a bit earlier than the rest of a lot of people. The rest of us, if you will. I mean... Alright, so, but that was a good one. And I'll play back another video that's basically like a really funny comedy sketch. Anyway, let's play this Greg Reese video.
On average, the United States has been starting wars with other nations once every 10 years since its founding. And during this time, Iran hasn't started any. Foreign interest in Iran during the modern era began in the early 1900s with the Anglo-Persian Oil Company. The British Crown became dependent upon Iranian oil, and the people of the Middle East were subjected to a century of betrayals, strategic deception, and psychological operations. In 1921, Britain overthrew the Iranian government. During World War II, both Britain and the USSR invaded Iran to steal their oil. In 1953, Britain and the USA overthrew the Iranian government. After 9/11 was carried out by the USA and Israel, Osama bin Laden and Al-Qaeda were blamed, assets of Western intelligence agencies, and the foreign Zionists then began a campaign of mass murder in the region that has so far amassed a death count in the millions. And when Zionist forces occupied Iraq, the Iranians knew they were coming for them, and so they prepared accordingly. Less than 48 hours before the United States and Israel attacked Iran on February 28th, the United States had just concluded their most productive round of nuclear negotiations in years, and had agreed to meet again in 4 days. The independent mediator announced that a peace deal was within reach, and said Iran had agreed it would never have enough nuclear material to create a bomb. Iran had offered full IAEA access to its nuclear sites. Iran offered to downblend its highly enriched uranium stockpiles to the lowest possible level and convert them into irreversible fuel. Technical talks were scheduled for the following Monday in Vienna, and a fourth round of political negotiations was scheduled within the week. But 48 hours later, Trump and Israel launched an attack on Iran. The initial strikes included the nation's leader and 178 Iranian schoolgirls, who were murdered by the U.S. with a double strike of Tomahawk missiles. The so-called Army, Navy, and Air Force that Trump brags about completely destroying were decoys meant to help waste U.S.-Israeli munitions. Iran has clearly been paying attention to the Zionist protocols of war and have developed a deterrent that secures their sovereignty. The real military is underground. A massive city of tunnels has been built beneath the entire country, with a stockpile of missiles to rain down daily for years. This underground city is well beyond the depth for US and Israeli bunker busters, and it seems to have an endless amount of launch sites throughout the entire nation. Their weapon systems are all custom made to defeat the Zionist war machine. Thousands of drones launched in swarms to overwhelm defense systems. Missiles with no fins upon re-entry, making it harder for radar to get a lock. Missiles that steer away from predicted flight paths to evade interceptors. Missiles that deploy several other warheads that evade interceptors. And hypersonic missiles fast enough to evade modern air defense systems. Iran is having so much success that on March 21st, they launched a single strike against Israel's nuclear facilities at Dimona and hit the target in an impressive show of force that sent a clear message. Iran can now target Israel's nukes at will. One of the most striking things about Iran's campaign has been their transparency. They have been announcing their actions and targets and following through to their word, which stands out in stark contrast to the US-Israeli method of war, deception and terror. Iran's real navy is underground as well, and designed specifically for this war. They have thousands of unmanned surface vehicles that operate as swarms and are equipped to take down any ship in the Gulf, no matter how massive. After decades of being exploited and playing nice, Iran has effectively nationalized the Strait of Hormuz, which has always been their home. Iran has been planning this since 2003. They have enough munitions for years and are continuing to produce more underground. The US and Israel, on the other hand, are already running out. Iran has made it clear they will not submit to the Zionist threat, and they will tank the world economy if they need to, which is well within their ability at any moment right now. Greg Reese reporting.
Good stuff. Well, yeah, good. I mean, that was good. A good report. Now here's the comedy version of this. What's happened recently? I think it's, yeah, anyway, check it out. It's hilarious. Like, actually uses Liam Neeson as the president. I wonder if there's some actual acting there, or if it's just purely AI generated. But I mean, I thought it was remarkable, hilarious. So let's check this one out.
Sir, they're about to go nuclear. How long do we have? They're 2 weeks away. How 2 weeks away are they? Even more 2 weeks away than they were 5 years ago. My God! That's dangerous levels of 2 weeks away. I know. Son, if anything happens to me, continue my work. We're only 2 weeks away. I will continue, inshallah. Now I'll go to where no one can find me. My office on the 3rd floor, right by that really big window. Vengeance! Sir, if we attack, they will close the Strait of Hormuz. They don't have the balls to close the Strait of Hormuz. They just closed the Strait of Hormuz. And oil is now over $100 a barrel. Please keep me out of this. No one likes this war. And I want to be president one day. Come on, send a boat or something.
You're the most powerful military in the world. You send your own boats.
That was a test. Ha! You fell right into my trap. Sometimes the best reason for war is no reason at all.
I mean, that was just great. Well done. Well done, AI. I mean, that was really freaking funny. That was pretty epic. Like, everything about it, perfectly, the comedic timing, everything, it was just great. And true. But it all reflects the insanity of everything that's been going on. So, yeah. Right, that's another way, like, it's a nice contrast. Greg Reese's thing, very informative, and then this thing, and they're both true. Oh god, yeah, I bumped into this thing. Holy shit. That was freaky, man. I mean, that touched upon like a vision thing, but it's just really out there. About how there might be like a reversed rapture, where the evil ones are going to be collected. I mean, it's so weird, it's so unusual, and I saw this thing happen, basically, in my visions. Like, maybe because I thought it was really fascinating. But I think, it's just fascinating. I don't know if something like that's gonna happen, but I mean, it actually makes a lot of sense, and I can't really explain why. Let's see how long that is. Oh yeah, it's 8 minutes. I'm not gonna play the whole damn thing. But he basically is saying that, yeah, a reversed rapture where it's like the demons come collecting. They come collecting the souls of the evil. It's just like, whoa. And I mean, it will effectively be a blessing. But I mean, it's not like, oh, God is coming and vanquish the evil. No, rather like the devils are coming to collect, kind of thing. Like, whoa. That shockingly makes a lot of sense, actually. Considering, like, well, what a lot of these evil people have done. Like, spiritually. Then it kind of makes sense that there will be a moment where they come collecting, because the debt has run up too high. Spiritually. It's fascinating. I don't know. Right, and then, yeah, I usually don't post this kind of stuff in my feed, but my god, Quantum of Conscious. He's just made like a Rosetta Stone. He just gave us the map of insanity yesterday. Like, that's like his Rosetta Stone episode yesterday. It was really amazing. He basically made a DEFCON chart for how crazy things are getting. And it makes a lot of sense. Like, a whole damn lot. And it actually touches upon like the actual experience and the frequency of how crazy it is. And he uses like one of my favorite terminologies in it, like the second highest level of insanity is going the Plaid from a Spaceballs reference. Like, I use that because I mean, I really got into it. I was a big fan of Spaceballs when I got to know that. I mean, I was more of a fan of Star Wars, but Spaceballs definitely, like, that is like Monty Python level memorable to me. And I mean, Monty Python is extremely significant. Like, I just can remember pretty much every scene of those movies. It's that important culturally. But Spaceballs also has a big impact. And yeah, going to Plaid really was like a level of craziness where it just becomes ludicrous. Like, ludicrous speed. They're going to Plaid. And yeah, he put it in a chart, and just thought it was epic. I kind of want to play his stuff, but I'm not gonna like play the whole video. Yeah, maybe I'll just tell it to you guys. Just check out Quantum of Conscious from yesterday. He's probably gonna be reusing the reality breakdown in progress meter. His not nilk chart, or what did they call it? The knock-fed chart. Logically, it should be the knock-fed chart. But yeah, I mean, he's gonna call it whatever he likes. But it was pretty epic. Like the levels. What was it? The craziest levels, magenta, where literally hallucinations just happen. Like officially, and it's like so crazy, like you just get like, this can't be real. Like literally you don't believe it even if it's happening in front of you. Like it's so insane that you forget about it. It's too crazy because it makes you psychotic. Quantum of conscious. Sammy boy. It's literally on screen right here. That was, and then the plaid, second and the third was, what was it? Bozo, Clown World. It was like Clown World level. Then Bono, which like referencing like that really corrupted guy, the biggest turd in the world, right? With his foundation that basically keeps everything, and just how he is about it shamelessly, that it's crazy. That's Bono level. And then there is the stable, and that was Nixon, like where things are kind of nutty, but you're like, like, yeah, whatever. Great leveling system. I mean, very refined, surprisingly well thought out. And I mean, if you know Quantum of Conscious, then you're not surprised that it's that well thought out, because this is what he does. But for an outsider, you might be like, what the hell is this? He knows that. But it's very refined. It's great. Very impressive. Definitely check out Quantum of Conscious on YouTube. It's not for everybody, but I mean, the chart that he basically unveiled yesterday is like very significant, because we're right in the middle of it. And we're already between Bozo level to go in the plaid, like average Bozo level and going the plaid regularly. And I mean, magenta is just around the corner. Like the really insane shit that just basically, it's like, you could say magenta is also like science fiction comparatively, like when Cthulhu suddenly comes out of the ocean, comes walking out. And it's like typically of that, like when that happens, everybody like goes insane. That is basically magenta. Or maybe that's the step beyond. But I mean, it's basically when things just go literally insane, when reality starts to unravel, like in a literal sense. And if you think of the world as being basically a simulation, like, oh, a simulation theory, this is all just a simulation. Which, I mean, there's a point to it. Like, I think it's God's simulation. Like, I think that the physical reality is actually God's simulation. And we partake in it under his rules. And like that would destabilize, that the simulation itself would destabilize for whatever reason. If things go magenta, go that crazy, then it will definitely start to feel more like, whoa, we are in a simulation, and it's like glitching. like the simulation is glitching, that would be magenta. That would be when things go beyond the plaid, because it's especially things that are there to try to convince people that everything is still normal. Those would really make it stand out that it has gone that crazy, because the people that are locked in with it, that are still trying to pretend like it's normal, they're going to be the most crazy. They are going to be subjected to some real warped things. Potentially, like, yeah, becoming part of the glitch. I don't know. It's so difficult to even explain. But, yeah. I was very impressed by that. Yeah, so I'll post the video in my feed to make a note of it, so that I definitely mention it, because you gotta check that out. It's relevant. It's relevant to everything that's happening. Right? And in a way, you could also regard the whole thing as the age of illusions, which can also equate with InfoWars. Not necessarily like the brand, but as in like information warfare and psychological warfare, and the deliberate tricking and programming, information placement, narrative creation, that effectively, through its influence, destabilizes people's spirits and minds in very specific ways, and that contributes to things getting crazier, because people's responses will just seem off, and having a different opinion, right? I don't see it like that. I'm looking at it from this perspective. Well, the gap between that sort of thing, between the different opinions, will become like more surreal too, the crazier things get. Where just for not understanding you, people will seem wildly off more and more. That's logically that happens when things get crazier and crazier. The more the need for synchronous cohesion becomes important to stay bonded, to be able to trust that person, that they're going to see things the same way. Crazier things get, the more important that cohesion becomes, the unity of a group formation, mentally, spiritually. It's fascinating to me, because this is all metaphysics, but it's like a thing that's happening, an event that's building up. The event behind the events. The spiritual event that is the other side of the events that physically happen. And it's happening. It's all going on. Right. So yeah, pretty awesome. Right. So let's see what's going on with the news. If there's a news update. Ah. Yeah, I knew it. COVID tyranny 2.0. It is the energy shit. I call it early too, but I mean, it's so in your face, it's like everybody's calling it immediately. You don't have to be a visionary anymore to see this shit. That's also part of going the plaid, by the way. I mean, Matt, he literally mentions this detail about it, about the levels. It is a proper chart. It's a proper frequency chart that he's thought out. It's brilliant. But I mean, yeah, this is happening right now, right? Oh, the Strait of Hormuz is closed. The oil's getting cut off. It's not opening back up. It's international turmoil. U.S. empire basically heavily destabilized and with no outlook of it restoring. Energy crises in Europe and the rest of the world. I mean, especially we're just getting hammered. And Australia too. Australia really bad. And they're all immediately going in lockdown preparations. Like it's COVID again. So they're using the oil crisis to basically roll out another lockdown type tyranny with endless stupid bureaucratic rules that make no sense, and just like, oh, you gotta jump through the hoops now. You gotta jump. It's for your own safety. That sort of shit. They're already rolling it out right now. And everybody's seeing it. It's insane because like it makes no fucking sense to even do that. Other than we gotta force everybody to be super distracted and kept busy so that we can't get punished for massively fucking this thing up. Ruining everything for everybody. I mean, that's the only logical conclusion anybody can draw about why this is happening. Because it's just why? Why these lockdowns? It makes no fucking sense. None of it makes any actual sense other than an assault on the human spirit to keep us busy so that they can like hold off getting righteously punished by us for what they have done. And it's happening. And it's getting addressed, and it's all very quick. Like, it's this sort of things, the first signs happen, and like immediately it's getting called out. And now just imagine in a time when we weren't at going the plaid level, but we were still at bozo, between Bono and bozo level. People would be saying like, oh, they're gonna do this again immediately. Like they're gonna try to vaccinate everybody again, right? Right before COVID. And everybody's like, yeah, sure, they could, whatever, right? Things are so crazy now out there. It's like the first signs of this are coming forth. People are basically doing the same, like, oh, they're gonna immediately use this for another COVID lockdown. And like, everybody immediately realizes that they're right. There's no like, yeah, sure they're gonna do that. Yeah. No, everybody like, yeah, no doubt. That's a big shift. That's a big shift in how people are gonna be and how they are responding. Like nobody's having any doubts that this is actually, that's exactly what's happening. Everybody knows immediately, like, yeah, they are trying a new lockdown. And they shifted from a stupid supposed virus nonsense thing to energy crisis. But almost the same playbook. The same system, the same framework that they set up. They're just reusing it for now this. And people are picking up on it immediately and not even having the response from, oh yeah, you're just fear porn and panic. Like, no. Everybody knows. Everybody knows. What a difference. What a stark difference with things that were happening 10 years ago. Right? The pace increases. They're in a bigger hurry to do it. But as they are in a bigger hurry to do it, also people immediately see through it. Right? The more rapid they roll it out, the more visible it is and the more resisted against it will be. But they're only accelerating in this rollout. And considering the trend of that endless acceleration, there might be a singularity point statistically. A point where everything will go so fast it will basically start to form like a singularity, and maybe that is the point where the evil is collected, and that locks in with this video. Because that's basically like a moment, right? Where it becomes a singularity, where things accelerate so quickly, escalate so quickly, at such a rapid increasing pace, exponential pace, that there is just logically a singularity point in time, and then something's gotta snap. And yeah, entities, God may send angels to come collecting. Alright, so maybe I should play this for a bit after this intro, after explaining all this. Because yeah, all these videos, they do in a way tie into each other esoterically. Alright, so let's play this.
What a crazy thought. Okay, so I'm seeing a lot of people posting videos over the last like 24 hours that are very similar to the one that I have pinned, where I'm talking about the precipice of things. A lot of people, the patterns and what these people are talking about, one of the patterns is a 3 to 10 days of darkness. And I just watched this guy talking about like stay in your house, and I've been saying that forever. I wrote this bit down in that book that I talk about. You'll know when this is happening, but it's not the rapture that we read out of a book. It's like a reverse rapture in this season, and the people that are going to get raptured are your evil-minded people. Not just your evil people, but your evil-minded people, the people that think with deception in their heart. Okay? Those people are going to be collected over a period of 3 to 10 days of darkness. That darkness is not like necessarily just there's no light and no sun or something like that. It's more like there's just confusion and quiet. And these entities that are going to be out here doing this, they are of the evil one, and they're collecting their army. They're collecting the souls. They're going to be collecting these people that are NPCs, they're soulless, or they are evil-minded people that operate solely on deception. And all those people are going to vanish, but not in a very nice way. Not like a light comes and picks you up and then they vanish. It's not going to be like that. It's going to be kind of terrifying. And some people that shouldn't be collected are going to get lost in this because they're going to leave their homes trying to protect people, and it's not your job. This period of time, 3 to 10 days, there's going to be a collection violently, and you're going to be in your house and you're going to hear people screaming and hollering, freaking out and running up and down the street and doing like whatever. Stay in your house, chill out, have some food ready, cook the best that you can. Don't leave your house. You'll know when it's time. I feel like you will know when it's time to, like, okay, it's time to come out. And what does that look like? Okay, what would that look like? That would look like half or maybe more of the population is just gone. And that's people that work the coffee shops, people that operate planes, they drive trucks, they do all this. Like, all those people are going to be gone. So there's going to be a period of recollection of, just imagine it, everybody that will be left will be good people. Okay, nobody's going to get left that's bad. Nobody. Whatever these things they're going to be coming through here and across the world, they can smell it. They know their own, and they're collecting their own to get ready for a battle that may or may not happen. I don't know.
I think that's plenty. I mean, I'm loving this. You could say like that's kind of crazy, but I mean, yeah, maybe. Something about it though. And I think it kind of makes sense. And I've seen it in my vision. That doesn't necessarily mean that it is true. But I just watching this, I remembered it. I remembered all of it, like throughout the last few years thinking back about it, and now like being able to place that part of what I saw. Yeah. And now it's in the title. The reality destabilizing or destabilization singularity and the reversed rapture. I mean, fascinating. We'll see. I'm definitely going to be paying very close attention. Things could get really weird this springtime. There's also other people bringing up about how there might be like 10 days of full darkness. Dude, I had that shit too in my vision. It was there also. There's just all these weird stories coming out and they're all fitting in my vision, and I'm like, what the fuck? I got to see all these things like decades ago. And I was never able to like actually like do anything with them. And now suddenly other people are bringing it up and it's like, whoa. Huh, anyway, I'm gonna take a bit of smoke. If you're all liking the show, don't forget to Rogan's it up if you do. And I mean, if you got something to say about it, leave a comment in the chat. Huh. Right. I think I might actually play Quantum of Consciousness video anyway. It is really good. If you want to check it out yourself, then here's the link to that video. I might play it. Right, anyway, I'm gonna take a 2-minute break and I'll be right back. back. Yeah, let's play this. Just because I want to check it out again.
Hey guys, it's Matt. I'm sure most of you remember the Homeland Security Advisory System that came shortly after 9/11 in 2001 because people just couldn't be told about. Well, again, I have to do the sidebar. There weren't any threats. There weren't any real threats, but you have to just go with this. You know, I have to discuss things as if they're real. People couldn't just be told about threat levels. They could only interpret it if they were given a color-coded chart. Now, many decades before that, one step away from magenta, which is a complete trying their best. People in science in the old reality were trying their best. Stable / Nixon is not possible in this new reality or in this century or millennium after they moved reality off to the side during the 7-Eleven job application. Bono is very rare. We are in 2026. We vary back and forth, sometimes day to day, between the reality has completely gone plaid. It doesn't get much worse than that, and bozo level. Luckily, most days we're at bozo level. Going plaid is bad. I mean, it's just one step away from magenta, which is a complete and utter end of reality as we know it. Again, I can't emphasize how bad, if I ever come forth in the video and say, we've reached magenta, you might go and flush your toilet and matrix code might come up out of the water, that sort of thing. So what's really depressing is we kind of flip-flop back and forth weekly where we are now in 2026 between plaid and bozo. And bozo's bad enough, but going into the plaid range, which we've done in the last few years, is very concerning. But I guess it shouldn't, if we realize who we really are and what this place is, it shouldn't be concerning at all. But you know what I mean. So let's get right into it. This is like a Professor Jang bullshit lecture. Okay, we'll go through each one and then we'll come back to each slide and go into more detail. If I ever come forth in a video and say reality level or threat level today is magenta in our reality breakdown in progress meter, this is not just bad, it's probably the end of the end. A reality probably will fall apart, break apart. Who knows if we will be here tomorrow if I ever announce magenta. It's the most severe reality breakdown. It's our DEFCON 1. Bullet point 2, reality is in full breakdown mode and the entire metaphysical false world is threatened. Maybe the end of this construct. Even the dumbest of the dumb, your family, friends, and neighbors on the streets, they see it happening. They'll see kind of what we see. It's that bad. It's like the 13th floor of the movie. Conspiracy theorists vindicated, but it no longer matters. There's probably no coming back from this level. Matrix code will start to basically come out of rain clouds. That sort of thing. I don't know, a frog will leap up in the air, grab a basketball, and dunk it. That sort of weird shit. Way beyond Mandela effects. That's magenta, and you better hope I never announce or call magenta. Now, what's pretty bad news for us is reality has been flirting, and for at least a few days at a time, going into the plaid level, which is a severe daily reality breakdown. Many things popping up per day under a plaid type scenario that we would have thought impossible 20 years ago. We're not just flirting with plaid, we go into plaid from time to time. It's pretty bad. So at this level of threat assessment, to the group who can see, that's us, that's you and me, multiple events and news now occurs daily, that defies all logic and common sense. See, it was only maybe once a month before. Now we have many that come per day. Plaid may or may not be associated with Mandela effects. Plaid is the final state in which a society can continue to function. The ship of fools and your friends and family on it still think that most of what's happening is completely normal. But conspiracy people are no longer seen as the lunatics that they once were, at least in some areas. Because when reality is in plaid, things are so fucked up, things are so messed up, that even the dumbest of the dumb start to sense that there's something wrong. Matt, how...
And on that chart, yeah, what I just explained, right? About how the energy lockdowns and people immediately recognizing that, that's a sign of plaid. I mean, it sounds so goofy, but it literally makes sense, this. It's actually real.
How many times are we going into plaid now per week? We're jumping into plaid once or twice a week now. Plaid didn't exist basically in 2010. That's where we are. Now, on most days in 2026, the reality assessment meter operates at the bozo level. I know many of you would argue that no way, every day's plaid, but you don't understand how close plaid is to magenta. Plaid, you're flirting with a breakdown of reality itself. So it's bad enough that we're just kind of moving in and out of plaid from time to time. Most days we're at bozo, represents the new normal. Bozo has become the post-CV world of the new normal, where all major facets of society and culture defy logic and every bit of common sense and logic. The face of reality has lost any sense of professionalism. For example, a news story can just be basically made up bullshit, and people will believe every bit of it. Everything breaks down upon close examination. I mean, everything. What was the Civil War? What is the planet Jupiter? Everything breaks down, to us at least, upon close examination. The major areas that comprise civilization under the bozo level no longer have any basis of normalcy. Politics, entertainment, finance. I mean, look at the new Star Trek show, Starfleet Academy, with the Klingon and is a they, them in a dress. I mean, that flirts with plaid, I know, but let's continue. Those on the ship of fools, your family and friends, still think under the bozo level of threat assessment that it's all normal. They're in excuse mode. They're the palace guard. They're on the frequency defenders of reality. The conspiracy people are still shunned as outcasts. Here's the next threat level on our reality breakdown in progress meter. It's called Bono, a world of degradation and corruption. But not too many complete and utter reality breakdowns at a Bono level. So a Bono world is sinister, it's corrupt, it's chaotic. Of course, a lot of things, major areas in our lives, like what a elected leader is supposed to be, doesn't make any sense. But it's really offensive, this level of reality, in ways that most people should object to, but of course they don't. History itself begins to make no sense. Science becomes a complete joke for those of us who can see. For example, presentations about Monkey Man and stuff like that. You have in the Bono level, which has started pretty much in the early 2000s, you have clown representation like Neil of the Grass-Fed Bison and Pikachu, things like that. The clown representation starts to begin or represent the breakdown in areas that were once esteemed, or things that were once, even if they were false, had at least a professional presentation, like Carl Sagan's Cosmos. You today might say, that was all bullshit. Nobody can fly around out there like Captain Kirk. Fine, but the presentation was professional and somewhat believable in terms of the basis of its argument. The Bono level, the basis of its argument starts to break down towards bozo. That's why they're so close. And that man right there is a bozo. Bono and bozo are close because a Bono... Matt, this is breaking down. No, this is real, man. This isn't a joke. Very few or no Mandela effects at the Bono level or Bono level or Boner level. This is a happy world for those on the ship of fools. Everything is great, and they just can't wait for that new drug company promotion. Conspiracy theorists here are major league loser outcasts, just degenerates. If you bring up a conspiracy theory in the Bono world is a great place for the ship of fools. They're loving every bit of it. Almost nothing disturbs them. You could still have fake wars and things like that, but it's not in any way as severe of a reality breakdown as bozo. And the final level is called stable, which is also called Nixon, is not possible anymore. There is no going back to here. This is a typical day in the 1960s, 70s, and 80s. It's not some utopian great place. All the politicians were corrupt, putting money in their pockets. There's organized crime. I mean, some of the presentations on the news, even back then, are completely made up. There's false presentations about Mercury, Gemini, Apollo missions. I'm not saying it's like the greatest thing in the world. I'm just saying relative to where we are now, it was stable. It was a mess. It was lies, of course. And the lies have been going on back to since Brutus put the number of you can count the number of stab wounds in Caesar, and how those stories are made up all the way back through then. It's not a great world if you go outside of your personal reality bubble. The screen has always been the asshole dark, but it was stable. Watergate, looking back now, is ridiculous. But it wasn't anywhere near what it is today. So let's go through the bullet points and we'll go from here. This is a world of the last century and the last millennium. Probably existed a few days through 2000 through 2005, but it's possible it didn't exist even for a moment after the 2001 job application and they moved reality off to the side. The obvious things like politics were still corrupt and horribly broken. I mean, look at that man. I'm not a crook. I mean, look, how it would be impossible in a normal world for some sort of creature like that to be, quote, elected. Okay, Matt, just get to the bullet points and shut up. But society still showed promise and bright spots, especially in the arts and movies like Star Wars and Indiana Jones, and showed some bright spots. There were people that actually worked in drug companies, for example, back in the 70s and 80s, and they went to work actually trying to do something really good for medicine. That existed in the 70s, 80s, and 90s. People went into law firms and actually tried to fight for somebody's rights. Younger people, that actually existed. That's why this is called stable or Nixon now. Now Nixon didn't want anything good for the people, and most of all the big genres across culture were all corrupted, of course. But it was far more, as you looked into it, it didn't break down immediately. It stayed normal for a longer period of time if you focused your attention on it. So some people inside major systems like science and tech were still doing some good. Many people were trying their best, if you can believe that. This level on our meter, as I said, is no longer possible in this reality. We will never get back to the green level again because of whatever the grimoire was during the 7/11 job application in 2001. Conspiracy theory back then was tolerated in the dark. Oh, you're going to talk about JFK again? He was a great man. You just keep that upstairs and close the door. It tolerated, but again, it's very backroom type stuff. Okay, guys, we'll do a lot more with this in the future. I just wanted to say some things to close out the video here, and I didn't want to do too much to see if you agree basically with my breakdown, if I'm missing anything.
Yeah. I mean, amazing. Like, he really measured it out. Like, there's all these details, like they all matter and they match. Like, there's a very high level of logical consistency within this chart that he presents, and I'm very impressed and enthusiastic about it, because that's a map. It's like he just made a map, a frequency map, and it works. Like, you can tell by how crazy the situation is where on that chart it is. The reality breakdown chart. Right, and I mean, it's interesting, right? I'm seeing a rapid increase in this craziness going to a singularity, and then this guy brings up a video about the reversed rapture, and it makes sense. It makes sense that will happen in the face of the ever-increasing speed of unfolding insanity. The breakdown of it all. Breakdown in quality. cat in the narrow, doing desperate, crazy things more and more. So yeah, it all fits together. It really does. And even in a way like what Trump is doing, how he's just catastrophically failing in a sense, it fits in what's happening. Is when you think about how crazy things are getting, it's almost logical. Doesn't excuse it, of course, from just a grounded perspective, but in the trend of things, this reality breakdown singularity approaching, it does kind of make sense. It doesn't excuse it, of course. So yeah, fascinating stuff. A lot of food for thought and another way of looking at everything happening out there. Maybe this will help. Maybe this will help you. Maybe you're just like, I didn't get it at all. You're just crazy. The world's not getting crazier. It's just you. There's gonna be people out there that do that. And I mean, they are on the ship of fools. And they will suffer internal punishment because of that position that they attain for themselves in the face of everything. And I don't know, they might even become eventually targeted by the reversed rapture because of that. I don't know. Yeah, anyway. Wow, going for an hour 15 minutes already. Hope everybody appreciates the show. Sorry about earlier, like the phone call at the beginning was kind of inconvenient. But I just had to take the call. Right. What? No way. Somebody from the Rothschild group just got named chair of the Vatican Bank, or of the Council of Oversight of the Vatican Bank. What the hell? I mean, that's a move. Holy shit. So I guess the Rothschilds have just basically confiscated the Vatican Bank. I mean, it's a really big frickin' bank. I mean, the Vatican has an insane amount of resources and assets. So that is pretty freaky. I mean, why? Why would they do that? Huh. Freaky. Alright, so yeah, that's something I just bumped into. I have no idea, but I guess that's happening. And man, the whole Rothschild Imperium is just... It's really getting out there and making moves and getting exposed massively. In so many ways, having involvement with so many things. Being the puppet masters of so many groups that are, and they're now in conflict. They're like in conflict with other financial imperiums. It was an in-house placement. Didn't have to confiscate. Okay, viscosity, hello. I mean, they might have had ties for a long time already. Kind of blended in together. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. It's just a bit disappointed maybe. I thought that the Vatican would just kind of stay separate, like be its own thing more and not get involved with that sort of thing. Like merging basically with another group. I didn't think they would do anything like that. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe... I don't know, maybe it's not that super consequential, but I mean it is like in a way almost asking for trouble, like letting somebody from that party give them such a high control position, such a position of authority over like the bank, which is like, well, that's their entire thing. So yeah, I don't know what the hell they're doing. Maybe this was like a really long time owed debt that is now being cashed in or something. Right, anyway, hope everybody's appreciating the show. Don't forget to Rogan's it up if you are. I think, I mean, I've put down some things, put them together really. It was handed over to me all in one day. Just go by, scroll by, and this came in, and it's like, yeah, I just put it all together, and that's what I presented here. Hope everybody appreciates it. I don't think I've ever played so many videos on my show from other people. But yeah, played 4 or 3.5 or 3.3 if you will. Right, but yeah, I'm still just kind of like letting it all sink in. Like, what does this mean? Like, we have this chart now, and then I wonder how it will unroll, and if I'll be able to actually spot the change, the curve within the reality stabilization singularity that's gonna come up logically. And I'm just very I will pay attention, like, is there indeed going to be this reverse rapture thing happening in like the peak of craziness out there? Because it will happen when everybody's already feeling through everything that has been happening, like, okay, at this point anything can happen. Right? That's magenta. It's like things have gone so crazy, nothing would surprise you anymore. And that's when the really freaky shit starts happening. Which, I mean, a reversed rapture would definitely be really freaky. I mean, it absolutely would. But if it will happen, then afterward, dude, there will be this giant relief and just recognition of God's design. Like, holy shit. God, through the design, just rescued us from this. The evil little season is over. Right? And it might be over. It might be over in the not too distant future. And all you have to do is just not go crazy. Don't let it get to you so that the demons literally make you damage yourself or whatever, so that you can't enjoy the period afterward. But I mean, yeah, it's a nice idea. I really hope that I'll live through all of it to see it. But I mean, it does feel like that singularity is approaching. The ever increasing rapid pace. But I mean, theoretically, maybe it could go on longer than it should. It might take years. But it might also be over in a year. Who knows? Who knows for certainty? Just see the signs. Cool. Apparently, some amateur archaeologist has figured out that there might be pyramid ruins and an ancient buried city off the coast of Louisiana. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised one bit at this point. I really wouldn't. But cool. I mean, the more of these types of places, the better. I like it. It's fascinating. And it's also, like, reassuring that doesn't really matter, like, if, I don't know, the Smithsonian or some conspiring group that's here to hide all of this past from us, and they destroy these things, that there is just so much of it that we're literally just sitting upon an endless treasure trove of antiquities everywhere, like literally everywhere, under every square inch on the entire world, that there is some kind of thing from the past, like that there's so much of it, like that it can't run out. Like, no matter how much they would destroy, it would never be irrevocable. There would always be more left that will then, instead of the thing that was destroyed, reveal what was there in the past. it's very reassuring that it's just new things just keep getting found and found, and more 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 and more. Like, yeah, we used to be like a giant total world city of antiquity. Like pyramids, giant structures everywhere, like literally every freaking square inch of the earth is some kind of like monolithic stone-based city somehow. I mean, in a way that would make sense. That's just everywhere. Like literally everywhere underneath us. I mean, and it's an amazing thought too, that there would be so much of it. Like no matter where you go, if you dig deep enough, some frickin' city will just start popping up. I mean, that's epic. Alright. And I mean, Tartaria is getting out there, man. People are talking about it, people are bringing it up, and nobody's really scoffing at it anymore. Like, some people try to avoid it, but I mean, when it comes up, there's no more like, oh, you're just crazy, you're trying to ruin history or something. Like, no, it's just too much. It's too much to ignore, with a lot of promise of more to come. You guys in the chat call each other out for actually being trolls, and I don't know, maybe you are, I don't give a shit. As long as you just behave normal, it's all fine with me. You have your own acts, they're consistent, cool, something I can count on. Right, and yeah, I think I'm gonna round out show. It's been an hour, 32 minutes. 33, almost. But yeah, I think it's been pretty good. Except for the long pauses because of the phone call and all that. I hope everybody appreciates it, and I mean, yeah, you could ask me questions about it, but I don't know, maybe a lot of people are just like, no, I'll just let this sink in and we'll see if you're onto something, if what you think you're seeing is actually real, or if you actually this just proves you're crazy. It's like, what is crazy, really? That logically inconsistent? Is it provably wrong and not admitting it? Or is it just looking outside of the norm and seeing patterns that others refuse to look at? Because I'm definitely that last one. That's what I do. Does that make me crazy? Well, yeah, maybe to you. Okay, cool. Then I'm crazy. Okay. I'm gonna keep doing what I'm gonna keep doing, though. Like, whether you think it's crazy or not. And I hope some people will appreciate what I do. I mean, Quantum of Conscious probably asks himself the same thing. Like, yeah, there's a lot of people out there will think he's crazy. He knows that. But it doesn't mean that it won't be appreciated. Like, I appreciated it. I appreciate Quantum of Conscious, what he does. It's very helpful. And he gives me like consistent things to latch onto in the face of the insanity and being on the outside of it, being on the other side, just observing it and admitting that it's crazy and not trying to be part of it as much as I can. So I really appreciate that he's out there doing what he does. And I hope some people that follow me, that they have the same, that they appreciate me for what I do. Right? Because, I mean, at least I'll try to help you, give you some grip on things. Because you need that grip. You need the grip in face of all this insanity to make sense of that which cannot be made sense of. To still be able to assess it. Place it somewhere within the framework of your mind. Because without that, what will happen is you'll lose your grasp completely. Nobody's gonna blame you for that except for being ignorant, right? For not getting informed about what's real. Or getting lost into things that aren't actually real or that could be real but then end up distracting you from other things. And I mean, it's really demoralizing because when you lose grip, you become demoralized. You kind of like start to become black-pilled and get very obsessed with negative things. Because the negative things at least are like the end of trying to figure out what to do with it all. But if you got a proper chart, if you got a map to estimate and size up the craziness, then the risk of actually getting full-blown demoralized and black-pilled in the face of things you're going to be facing with becomes much lower. The chances are much lower you get demoralized if you have a map that can assess how crazy things are out there. If you have somebody that understands it and that can place it. Like, you might not be able to do that, but people like me that basically do this professionally, if you will, or like religiously, arguably, you could say. I mean, I'm doing it. I'm not making money out of this. I'm doing this because I feel I must. I think like my personal religion demands this, that I do this. And I want to do it. So I can help you. I can help you make more sense of the craziness out there. And hopefully, yeah. Hopefully you appreciate it. Hey, what's this? What? Okay. Why did you post that here? Why are you just dropping ads here? You design today flat earth? What? You mean you're gonna make a video about it? Okay. Time discovered, you Masons. Well, maybe you should discover proper grammar with the English language. That would definitely help. Because it's not very good. I don't know how this relates to what I was talking about either, so yeah, I don't know why you bring that up. Okay, yeah, you're out there, I get it. It would have been nice to just say hello first, right? I mean, I don't typically like it when people just drop ads of their own stuff in my channel without even saying hello. Right, but I mean, everybody does their own subjects and I do mine. And yeah, I try to not make it so noisy. Because I typically like to talk about the more subtle things. And if everything is just noisy and like trying to grab your attention and being loud and distracting, yeah, that might keep people's attention span, but it will also numb down anybody who wants to actually fine-tune their senses. And that's what I am for. Block you. Oh, okay. Well, I don't think anybody gives a shit, dude. I mean, you could literally call everybody a Freemason or Nazi or whatever, but I mean, that doesn't do anything. It just makes you a delusional, obnoxious person. And I mean, maybe there are some like weirdo guys out there that are nuts and aggressive and manipulative, but I mean, you're not gonna be too different from them if that's all you care about. Hunt them down. Oh, okay, well then you're kind of like them then. Dude, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Swissy? You mean from Switzerland? Who? I don't know any Rumbler from Switzerland. I'm from the Netherlands. I'm not Swiss. I'm not a Nazi. I don't lie. That's definitely something I don't do. Animal chaos afterlife? I don't even know what that means. What do you mean? Animal chaos afterlife? What? But I mean, if you're just here to looking for conflict, then yeah, I will kick you out then. Not me? Okay, fine. So you're talking about viscosity? He kind of is a little bit like that. Just a little. Right, but dude, I'm not really interested in that you are after other people, hunting them down or, online or something. Like, that's not impressing me, dude. I don't do that sort of thing. I think it's a complete waste of time and energy. But I mean, whatever you need to do, man. You just be you. Alright, anyway, I'm very glad Rumble and OBS are stable today. But yeah, I think I am gonna round out the show. It's been almost 2 hours. Right. Yeah, I mean, if you're liking the stream, don't forget to Rogan's it up. Always appreciate that. I got 0 now. I don't know why. There's 3 people in my chat and none of you even gave me a Rogan's up. What is this? Come on. Also something weird happening. Like that doesn't even make any damn sense. Like yesterday's show and the day before, I have like 216 views. But I got 1,180 downvotes. How is that even? How can I have that many downvotes but then only like 200 something views? Like that doesn't even make any sense. How is that even like physically possible? That's so strange. I may have to like contact the Rumble about this because it's just getting ridiculous. And I mean, not that anybody cares, right? I mean, who the fuck cares about how much downvotes I have, except for just nasty ass trolls who just want to try to get to me, and it's not getting to me. I mean, you've been doing this for years now, and it's like, so what? So fucking what? Doesn't matter. I'm just gonna keep doing what I do. It doesn't matter. You're not gonna stop me. You really aren't. When are you gonna get it through you? Through his thick damn skull. Doesn't matter what you do. You can't stop me. I'm gonna keep doing this. It's like, I don't care why you don't want me to do this or whatever it is that motivates you. I'm gonna keep doing what I do. And you're not gonna stop me. Okay? Right. Anyhow. Yeah, interesting show today, and I mean, inspired by interesting videos that I bumped into yesterday. But I am gonna round it out now. So thanks everyone for coming. I hope you liked this show. If you did, then please don't forget to Rogan's it up. And if you haven't already, follow me here on Rumble and be here when I'm going live, which is normally 2 p.m. Amsterdam time every day. And please also do support me through the gift card, PayPal, Patreon, Gifts and Go. Links are all in the description box below, or send me super chat over at the Rumble live chat when the show is live, or subscribe to my channel. Support me that way. Any support would be greatly appreciated. I could really use it. Right, I'll be back tomorrow with Flat Earth Early Bird number 2588 on a Friday. Might be a little late. I mean, just kind of like today, I guess. Hope to see you all then. Everybody have a great rest of this Thursday. Hope you got enjoyable weather. I mean, it's been fine. There's been no more hail, I guess. Now it just looks like this for some reason. No trails. This seems to all have formed naturally, natural cloud formations, but weird though. Looks like a sheath of fluffy clouds. But not trailed. It really did form naturally. Right. And still some sun. And I'm gonna enjoy that. Hope you enjoy the rest of your Thursday. And yeah, until the next video, keep it flat.